Welcome to the Cozy Vale. In today's video, we will be going over hunting in the Royal Highlands. If you need the overall skill for hunting, a pop-up in the top right corner will take you to my in-depth guide covering everything that you need to know for the hunting skill. First thing that you need to know is that there is two types of creatures they added into the Royal Highlands: the Royal Sernuk and the Jackcats. The Jackcats are the newest creatures and they have three different variations. You have the standard one, midnight, and the hollow. The standard and midnight can be killed with about 2 or 3 fine arrows, but I recommend you use a despair arrow for the hollow one. He is much like the Azura Choppa, who basically uses shadow clones to try to trick you. If you use a dispel arrow on him, or even on his clones, it will automatically stun the original one and banish the rest. Now, all three of these variations have a chance of dropping plushies. A pretty low chance at that. The Royal Sernuk are pretty much the same as the rest of all the other Sernuks in the game. Just a little bit tankier, and of course we also have the Magic Sernuk, which is straight up the same as the Disco Deer from Bahari Bay with a different color. As far as plushies goes, the Sernuks drop the original Sernuk plushies that they drop from everywhere, and the Disco Deer drops the original Disco Deer plushie. Yeah, they didn't recolor it or anything. Now, what really sets Royal Highlands apart from all the other regions is the mask creatures. Each color mask has a certain way to take them down. What I will usually do is use fine arrows or dispel arrows. However, you could use tracking arrows or you can use royal arrows, as they all act basically the same as a fine arrow. So let's go over them from the easiest to the most annoying. First up is the Terraflow Mask. These creatures have a green leaf icon above them, but have no special barriers at all. Just shoot them in the head with a fine arrow and it should stun them. Just finish them before the stun wears off and you're golden. The Aeroflow Mask creatures. These are the creatures with the yellow symbol thing above them and have a yellow barrier around them in the front and the back. The trick to these is to wait basically until that barrier drops off and then shoot them in the head. Once you do, they become stunned and you can finish them in about 2 more shots. Hydroflow Mask have a big blue symbol above them and have a blue barrier behind them. If you want to stun them as well, all you have to do is shoot them in the head from the front. Even if you shoot from the side, it can sometimes be wonky and result in you being affected by its barrier and it not being stunned. The Pyroflow Mask are represented by a big red flame icon above their head and a barrier in front of them. These will have to be shot from behind in the head to get a stun off. Again, if you shoot them from the side, it's a little wonky and you could get affected by their barrier. Pretty much for all these creatures you can use fine arrows, like I said. The reason being is we're trying to get the stun off. If you're having trouble with stunning them, you can always use dispel arrows, which will get rid of their barrier. Now, the royal arrows act pretty much like fine arrows, with the difference being that it breaks the amber in one shot. The tracking arrows basically just put a tracking icon on your compass so you can keep up with them, but also acts like a fine arrow. A few things to note. If you need help finding the elemental animals, you can always buy the masks from the shop in the Highlands Central Stables, and this will display the icons on your compass for the elemental mask creatures. I also expect they'll be adding some more uses for the mask in the future, at least for the bulletin board, because as of right now, after you've got all the vaults open, there's really no use but sell them. Right now I'm hoarding mine just to make sure that there's no uses for them later. Some people are buying the potions that you get from the vendor at the Central Stables, and basically what this will do is counteract all of the barriers. But there's actually a simpler trick than that and not cost anything. I would say the most annoying mask creature would be the Pyro one. And the reason of it is because they like to charge at you. However, if they charge at you, all you have to do is switch to a dispel arrow and it will deflect the barrier and make them run off, so they won't hit you anyway. And if you've seen one of my previous videos, I showed you that you can actually decorate with these masks if you get a starred version of the mask. That video will be in the top right now. Also, if you use the red ring or Howard's Blessing, I believe is the name of it, it will increase the damage of your arrows. And that wraps up this video. So let me know in the comments section what y'all think about the new mask creatures. Are y'all having trouble with them? By no means. Personally, I think they're the easiest one so far to hunt. And if you like this video or you found this video helpful, please leave it a like and share it with all your friends, as it does really help the channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. And as always, stay safe, stay cozy, but most importantly, have fun gaming.